Caribbean, beautiful Caribbean island. You are going to get some great do's and don'ts. We just came back from Saint Lucia. We had a great time. So I'm going to share a few nuggets about Saint Lucia. The first and foremost, obviously there are two airports in Saint Lucia, which is one is on the southern tip of the Saint Lucia, one is on the northwest. So the one on the southern UVF airport, it is where all the international flights come, and the tourist area, except Piton, is way up north. So you got few options, either you can rent a car or you can take a taxi, or you can have your hotel shuttle pickup. But one thing I would advise, unless you are very comfortable driving on the left side of the road. See, I'm from US, so we are used to driving on the right side. So we did rent the car, and it was not that bad an experience, but we hardly used it because the roads are very windy, narrow, hairpin turns, and very hilly. The Saint Lucia is a mountainous island, lush green island, and very small road. So there is a good chance that you may bump into somebody if you're not careful about it. So unless you really want to drive, it's not a great idea to rent a car. Unless you want to stay there for 2-3 weeks and you really want a vehicle. But if you're there only for a few days, so it would be a good idea to just get a taxi. It is expensive to go from UVF airport to the tourist area, which is Castries and Pigeon Island and Rodney Bay, which is northwest of the island. But it costs almost $70 to go from airport to there, and sometimes it can take up to 2 hours. It at least takes 1 hour and 20 minutes. So it's quite a drive. It's not the distance, it is just a drive. It's very slow and difficult drive. So that's one thing. Now the Pitons is on the kind of a mid-southwest kind of a part of the island. So, but that also is going to take you the same time. If you're laying in the Soufre town, which is near Piton, then it's going to take the same time. So you might as well just get a taxi and just go there. That's one thing. The second thing is exchange local currency. We're from US, so we didn't exchange anything because everybody takes the US dollar. So that was pretty easy. Then the other thing is if you happen to drive from UVF airport up to if you're staying up north, like Castries or Rodney Bay area, then you will pass through a place called Dannery town. Beautiful viewpoints. You may want to just stop there. It is kind of a halfway where you can stop and take some great pictures. So that's a one point. And then where to stay. Obviously, if you like to have a view of Piton, then obviously you're going to stay at the Soufre town because that's where you can see the Piton. But the real activities in the tourist area is on the northwest part of the island, which is, I told you, is Castries, which is the capital, and Rodney Bay and Pigeon Island area. Now Castries is like an old town. It's a very hilly, and you will find a lot of hotels there. But the local people told me, safety-wise, not to go out in the night by myself. So I guess the safety may be a concern in a Castries town, but it's a beautiful view. All that the cruise ships comes there, and Castries Central Market is there. It's not a great market as such, but you can find all the souvenirs there and the local variety there, like the vegetables and the clothes, and like this T-shirt you see, Saint Lucia, we got it from the Castries market. So if you want to hang out there during the evening time, then you might as well stay there. Then the better part of the island is Rodney Bay and the Pigeon Island. You will see all the posh Airbnbs and lush, all the luxury resort sandals, and they're all in the Pigeon Island and the Rodney Bay area. Plus, it's a little bit more spread out. The Castries is very crammed up, congested part of the town. Plus, the roads are like this, up and down, up and down. So there's no way, it's very difficult to drive yourself. So if you like to stay in the hilly town with the view, then obviously Castries may be your thing, and otherwise you can stay in the Rodney Bay area. Then the places to see, obviously I kept talking about the Pitons, so that's why people go there, right? There are 2 Pitons there. So the hiking the Piton, it's not for everybody. So that's why they have marker like quarter, half, and 3/4 and 4. So, and even T-shirt also they sell that I made it to half of the Piton. That means not everybody can make it to. It's a very steep climbing. There's a lot of boulders and rocks, and it's very difficult climb. especially if you're not in your 20s and 30s. That can be very difficult. So going up you can make it sometimes, but going down would be very challenging. So just check your own capacity before you venture out. Do go there. Going up to quarter part of the Piton is not that big a deal, but beyond that, coming back would be a challenge. So one thing that I would recommend. Plus the Piton, if you're not a Saint Lucian resident, the fee is $50 per $50 US per person. So that's quite a bit, for some people. So remember that. And there's a town Soufre right next to the Piton. There's a nice beach there. You can go there, and from there you can get a great view of Piton. So that is something that you can do and spend a day there. Then in Castries, which is the capital of Saint Lucia, you can go to VG Beach, VIGIE, which is kind of next to the second airport, Charles Airport, which is in Castries. Local island flights come there, very small airport, small runway. It is next to the beach. So you can go to the VG Beach. It's a pretty nice beach right there. And then the Pigeon Island, if you stay in Castries, obviously it's a 25 minutes drive from Castries, depending upon where you stay in Castries. But 25 to 30 minutes and you're in the Pigeon Island, and pretty nice national park. You can climb up on the Pigeon Island and have a fantastic view. On one side is the Atlantic, other side is the Caribbean Ocean. So that's amazing. Then the ocean is quiet on the Caribbean side. On Atlantic side, the waves are higher. So you can spend a day there. There's a nice beach at the Pigeon Island, so you will love that place. Rodney Bay also has a beach, but it's not that great, and it's very congested because the Rodney Bay is like a commercial area. There's a Rodney Bay Mall also, and there are a lot of restaurants there. So you can spend almost, if you want, you can spend a day there at the Rodney Bay. So people are overall very nice and helpful, and the way we went to all this town, Soufre, and then on the way we went to Canaries. Then if you want to go to Marigot Base, which is on the midwest part of that island, you can hire somebody to just take you around for the whole day. If you want, you can write me in the comment, and I'll give you the number of the guy that we hired to take us around, and he charged us, I think, 60-70 bucks per person. It was worth it because it was a whole day. He picked us up in the morning and took us around everywhere. Then the other thing is the sulfur springs, like the active volcano, which is there on the southern near Soufre town. So it's the southwest part of the island. It's a nice. You should at least go once and take a look at it. I think it's only drive up a volcano in the world where you can go all the way there and see the fumes. And there is a mud bath there, which is not a mud. It is a ferrous sulfate bath, but it looks like a mud. I think it cost 20-30 bucks to get in, and I would take a mud bath similar amount. I don't exactly remember, but in that park, a ballpark figure. So we didn't take the mud bath because we were in a rush a little bit, but we saw people taking the mud bath and looked like they had a good time. So if you want, you can take it, and people say that it is very healing. And the guides at the sulfur springs, the volcano, they were very nice, explaining everything. So that is a good thing. The other part, in the Piton, you cannot go by yourself. You have to have a local guide. So when you pay $50, the guide is included in that. So this is a nutshell. I'm born in India. So if somebody is from India looking for Indian restaurant, there are two Indian restaurants in the Rodney Bay. The one that we ate was at Spice of India. The food was okay, not the greatest, but not the worst. So I would say 6 or 7 star out of 10 I would give that restaurant. There was another restaurant on the same road, I think Ramza Mart something. We didn't go there, but there's a one more there. But other than that, if you I'm vegetarian, so we didn't have much choices, but our resort was all-inclusive resort. It's called Bellevue Hotel. Very nice view, and I would it's nice staff and lot of good people there. So we had everything included in the stay, so we didn't have to worry much about the food. So the weather is perfect, and you are going to love it. The beaches and the environment is just mind-boggling. So that was in nutshell that I could think of about Saint Lucia. You're going to have a great time, so go for it.